families, welcome back. I hope you are well by the grace of God. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. This is a quick development in Mali, how the economy is working, how to protect producers and how to protect consumers. There was a consultation and I want to share this with you. Please listen and I'll be back. Thank you so much for your time.
Sequential consultations with Malian economic operators are continuing at the Ministry of Industry and Trade, with a view to meeting the vital needs of the Malian people, in accordance with Axis 3 of the Letter of Framework sent to the Prime Minister by the President of the Transition, His Excellency General Hassamigit. After rice importers and edible oil producers, cement producers and importers were welcomed. Nice, MOUSSA Allassane Diallo. On the agenda were discussions on pricing structures, the organization of the distribution circuit and the country's cement supply. It should be noted that cement plays an extremely important role in industrial networks. However, there is a wide gap between the prices charged by factories and those charged by retailers. It was imperative to discuss this issue with the players concerned. 2026 Inshallah, Mali will be self-sufficient in ciment. All the investments that are underway in relation to our needs of 36,000 tons of cement per year. Today, we're heading towards 200,000 tons of annual production. I think that the investments that are underway, the plants that are being built, will take us to 2,000 by the end of 2025. By 2026, our country will be self-sufficient in cement, which is excellent news, which is good for Mali, which is good for the Malian economy and which is very good for the Malian people. The three issues we face are how to ensure and guarantee accessibility, availability and price. It's the combination of these three factors that will enable our fellow citizens to benefit fully from the beneficial effects of all these investments in the cement industry. If we succeed in lowering the price at which our compatriots buy cement, this will also ensure deflation and, ultimately, a return to growth. It will also help to protect Malians' purchasing power, and I think that's extremely important to us. That's why the meeting after 12 o'clock is perfectly in line with the government's action plan, which is designed to ensure that people's basic needs are met. Following a series of exchanges, a number of avenues were explored, with the focus on setting up a global think tank. It was retained by stakeholders that the price of cement is abnormally high in Mali and to bring a correction in this abnormally high price in order to allow Malians to have access to cement at lower cost in order to promote access to property ownership and housing. We therefore thought it would be useful to set up a commission to look into the structure of production costs at plant level. Firstly, and secondly, an analysis of the players involved in the chain, the distribution chain and the various markets distributed at each player level. And thirdly, to define the general and specific conditions of cement marketing at industrial unit level. On the basis of these three parameters, an arbitration will be carried out in consultation with all stakeholders, in order to provide an appropriate response to the problem of the high cost of cement in our country. I'm also delighted with the commitment made by all those involved, so that in a week's time, we'll be able to find a way to further examine these three parameters, and in particular the structure of production costs at plant level, so that we can really take all the corrective measures needed to ensure that the price of cement in our country drops. So the exercise we are carrying out this afternoon after 12 p.m. is both an exercise to facilitate access to cement for the manners to allow. It's up to each and every Malian to have his or her own habitat, his or her own home, but also and above all to be part of a dynamic, to ensure the continued operation of industrial units so that they can ensure production, productivity, profitability and competitiveness. And in the hope of achieving self-sufficiency in cement by 2026, with optimized production and access at an affordable cost, the trade industry reiterates the determination of the highest authorities to ensure that the basic needs of Malians are met, whether in terms of food products, capital goods or service goods.
Thank you, families, for listening. Iron rods producers, they visited them, they talked to them. What do you want? What do you need? We want you to operate in your full capacity. This is what they are doing because, I mean, anyway, please listen to this one as well. It's about pasta. I've shared this video before when they went to the shops and they have taken most of the imported pastas that were expired and burned them, and now they are using them for fertilizers and other things. Yes, they took that drastic decision to ban most of imported goods, especially the expiring ones, the rotten ones that they have been smuggling into the country. You can tell how serious this government is. If you want to do something, do it well. Find the root of the cause of the thing, and if it is good, repair it. If not, cut it off. This is what they are doing. They did it last year. People were not happy about it. They said because of that, prices went up. And what do they want to do? They want to encourage the factories to produce more and also reduce costs and quality. They want quality to be at the highest. In this case, they will know what the citizens are consuming. They want to take control of everything. Food is medicine. Anyway, families, please, the minister has visited the factory again. This is the third time, by the way. Please listen to him. I'll be back.
Support for local industries, an absolute priority for the transitional authorities. With this vision in mind, measures have been taken to combat fraud and unfair competition. As a result, thousands of jobs and thousands of tons of production have been preserved, notably at the Moulin Modern du Mali SAM 3 factory. That's why the Minister of Industry and Trade, MOUSSA Allassane Diallo, paid a visit to Ségou. On the bangs of this visit, love yourself. Firstly, to assess the impact of the interministerial decree suspending imports of wheat flour and pasta, and secondly to discuss with the company's managers the challenges they face to date. As a reminder, in August 2023, faced with the existential threat and mid-sale situation facing some of the country's industrial units, the government took the decision to temporarily suspend imports. Imports of wheat flour and foodstuffs. The initiative had a single aim: to preserve local industries. The impact on the units concerned was immediate. At the M3 SA plant, production increased by 30%. New staff have been recruited. Minister Allassane Diallo, who visited all the units based at this taste, noted this on the spot. Moulin Moderns du Mali, SAA began operations in 2009. Built on a 7-hectare site, it currently comprises 13 units. With a production capacity of 1,000 tons per day, the mill, which was the first to be installed, has a daily output of 180 tons. Comprising 5 mills, it produces wheat flour, wheat semolina, 2,000 sorgho, and corn. The second unit is the pasta mill, whose raw materials come directly from Unit 1. It has a capacity of over 100 tons per day, of all varieties: pasta, dolmant, spaghetti, to name but a few. The Aimtoy unit also includes a rich cantonment unit, a livestock feed unit, and a sugar, tomato, and cookie unit. At the end of his visit, the Minister of Industry and Commerce welcomed the unit's increased production. 18 months ago, the M3 company was faced with chronic fluctuation in its production and products. This chronic unrest was essentially based on through fraudulent imports of pasta and flour. And this threat was serious dangers for M3 company. We were on a roll where we were about to witness the destruction of an industrial unit, the loss of 200,000 tons of production, the destruction of 303,180 jobs, and the compromise of 57 billion in investments at M3. A responsible government cannot fail to react to this situation. This is why we have issued an interministerial order to ban imports. flour. This measure has enabled M3 and all the 14 industrial units involved in pasta and flour production to regain their health. To conquer the market, to generate sales themselves, to recruit additional staff. What did the government expect in return? There are three objectives. Firstly, that 14 industrial units will be able to cover the entire consumption needs of our country in terms of pasta and flour. And that's where the second impact is being achieved today, so that we can reach the second counterpart expected, in any case, from the government. To ensure quality products. This too has been achieved. The third impact we expected was to ensure price regularity and affordable prices for all consumers. So if we really take stock of the measures we had to take over a year ago, we can be very pleased with them. As I said before, these measures will be maintained for as long as it takes for our units to develop and become even stronger. The PCA of AM3 SAA thanked the transitional authorities for their unfailing support. However, he calls for further action against unfair competition. We're very happy here at M3. The Minister of Commerce and Industry comes to visit us not only in relation to the measures and then in relation to the months of Lent. So our production is about 1,000 tons a day, all told, so we have products that are more than. Malian consumption. We salute. Personally, the President of the Republic for. I encourage these and other members of the government. In relation to the measures that have been taken. In August 2023, we don't even have words. We know that the President of the Republic and all his governments are great patriots. It's a responsible government, it's a serious government, it's a courageous government. And the impact on the decision is that we have exceeded 33%. Production. We have increased staff numbers, not to mention the 14 other plants. Who is who? Who is concerned by the measure? It's not just a right and a timer. The other big problem today is unfair competition. We're asking the President personally to help us with this, because we need him, because we know that he's a great heritage. In conclusion, the Minister reiterated his determination to protect and support local industries. The Ministry of Industry and Commerce is mobilized, committed and determined to deliver. Sourcing. From the market. And regulated and stable, year-round and nationwide. For the following products: rice, millet, corn, sorghum, wheat, meat, edible oil, milk and sugar, these are strategic products that are subject to increased surveillance. If there are additional measures to be taken to protect these industries, I say it, I repeat, I will not hesitate for a moment to take these measures to protect Malian industries. This visit by the Minister of Industry and Commerce is further evidence of the determination of the highest authorities to support local units while encouraging citizens to consume locally. Thanks to this support, the Gene M3 is recovering its illustrious reputation, with production both in quantity and quality.
Thank you, families, for listening. This minister, I like him a lot. I mean, there's none of them that I don't like because they are doing their job. I like all of them, and that's why I follow them around. When he talk with power, and not with just with power. He's serious, and when you look at him, you'll be to not listen and do what he asks you to do. Because some time ago, when he went there and things were not good, he was, you know, you don't want to see him angry. He's angry because he's passionate. He wants things to work. He wants things to work for the country, not for him, for each and every one. And this is the way. If you are not serious, they will take advantage. And thank goodness now they understand where we were going. Before, they were saying that they were producing and people were not buying. They were producing, people were not buying, they are destroying the food because it was expiring. So they gave up on the factory. So now you can tell by testimony they are happy and they are thanking the government for helping and standing by them. Each and every government should do the same thing, whether in Africa, Europe, wherever. Support your producers, support them, because those are the people who are working hard to feed the population. And if they are not buying, if they are not helping them, well, this factory will be dead. This is the way to stop importation. I hope other leaders are watching and learning how one by one they are raising them up, they are repairing them, they are building new ones. This is building Africa. How we build Africa. If they started long time ago, can you imagine how they will be? There's a video I will share with you today about water, Burkina Faso. I wake up every morning happy, knowing what is going on in these three countries is going at the right direction, and I'm happy. Families, I will leave you here. Ready to Malia online. Families, I will see you soon. The video is long already. God bless you all. Thank you so much. Let us know in your country what is going on with industrialization, if it's working or they are just saying it. Thank you. God bless you. Bye bye.